What's up, guys? Last reaction video of the night. Of course, it's gonna be a SmugAlana video. It's another old one, but it caught my eye. Women friend-zoning guys. They end up regretting it. So, definitely, once again, follow SmugAlana's channel as well as mine, YouTube and Twitch, as I stream games, react to videos, and review content. We're going to head right into it. So let me know what you guys think. Let's check this out.
Ah, yes, women. Our favorite. Hey man, it's over. Time to pull up. Stop right there. I will not lower myself to being a dime store stripper making Big Macs and getting oiled up for some fat slob. What you say? Nothing, sir. Is she gonna put Big Macs in my mouth? If not, I'm going to be very upset, chat.
I know that I broke him. I get it, I really do. But he didn't even fight for me. Yeah, it's been 2 days. He didn't even call.
You guys in a relationship?
You broke up with him, and then you're mad that he doesn't leave you alone. Man, you just can't win with these people. You genuinely.
You see the contradictory nature of a lot of women? It's like some weird viewpoint of how they see the world. You break up with a guy, and they thought it makes sense that, like, they're so doggone special. Like, oh, of course he gonna come back to me because I'm just that kind of girl. But then he grew some balls, still on business. Like, okay, fine. And now she's upset because he did not do what she envisioned how he should react. And it, in a way, showed her where she is on the totem pole. And now she's, upset.
Can't.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Okay, well,
You say yeah, you say no.
We are not.
And I told him that I couldn't take it going any further. He agreed. He didn't even try.
Women want everything. Women want the man to chase them, even if they say no a bunch of times, but then they also call men R words for wanting to chase them when they don't actually want it. Like, dude, it sucks being a man, I feel like, sometimes, huh?
Why does the friend zone exist?
for losers who are meant to be there.
At least stay consistent. At the very least, stay consistent. It's like, it shows that the chaotic nature you see on the outside is happening on the brain too. Because all these like crazy wiring that's all over the place. You know, in a guy's mind, the thing is like very one-to-one, very organized, very simple to track. Ladies' brains are like all over the place. And it only makes sense to them, or that one individual woman, or the select few of women that think like that. Even most sensible women can look at this and it's like, yeah, women are crazy.
They don't want a friend zone guy until he starts dating another woman.
That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, harassment if you do, gay if you don't. No winning here. Exactly. Exactly. If I was a dude, I would lose my fucking mind dating women like this. Or trying to date women like this.
This is when
That's why I really don't care for girls like, oh, if women lead, it's all like, it'll be much better than how all these men led the world and all this other stuff, and it's always led to these wars and everything like that. And go show that, yeah, you got too many women thinking like this. It's way too many. It's not just a few. It's way too many women who operate on their emotions. They have contradictory natures. They are very rebellious in nature. And that's why there is such a thing as like a patriarchal society. Because men far outclassed women in terms of logic. Far outclassed. Not saying there isn't logical women in the world, but they are so few in number by comparison to the grand scope of women. Just like it's very few emotional guys that fly off the handle by comparison to guys who are far more rational and even killed. Have there been guys who done, terrible things? Certainly, but it's just so low in number by comparison. We are very structure based. We are the ones that have the guiding hand. That's why the men lead the households. That's why women look for leaders in a relationship, because only one person is, should be, a little bit emotionally erratic, and it has to be the lady. It can't be the guy, because that's not very attractive. That's not very appealing. Nobody respects it. It never will be respected. So yeah, that's why, sadly say, it has to be a patriarchal society. Because guys don't fly off the handle or lead by emotion and run with it to the ends of the earth.
They start looking at him differently. This is when they start wondering whether it was a good idea to put him on standby, and now they want to date him as well.
Yes, the standby thing is also very real. Crazy bitches love doing that.
I bet they have a lot to say about their feeling after the friend zone guy is gone.
Yep.
I recently was going on dates with a man, and nice guy, good guy, treated me well. But once I realized that he was not my husband.
Like women like this in Congress or the presidency, they end up, bombing France because France didn't call her back right away.
Because I'm only looking for husband energy at the moment. I ended things with him, and I sent him a text because it wasn't that serious. I didn't feel like I needed to do it in person. Anyways, I sent.
The very least you should do is, what is this high school shit, middle school ass shit, texting people to break up with them, man? You're such a swine.
Him a text, told him that I didn't see it going any further, and he agreed. He said that he didn't think that he could make me happy. And while I appreciate that, it was a very kind response, he didn't even try.
She clearly wanted to feel validated. She got her ego hurt from the moment he agreed with her. He was not supposed to agree with it. In her mind, he was supposed to try harder, send her flowers, go to her workplace, but he knew his value and that it wasn't worth it.
You see the mindset? I know this is not all ladies, but it is like a good vast majority of them that has this mindset. Some temper that, others really run with it. That's why you have to have guys right now to kind of like box that in, because it's okay to have some emotion, but it gotta be walled off essentially before spills all over the place. This kind of mindset is crazy. You want him to chase you, so like he said, we want to feel validated. It boosts your ego, like, oh, I'm so good, and it's like this little image. It's like you it's so feelings based. You want to feel something. You want to like this emotional roller coaster. This like high you get off of that you can friend zone a guy, or you can leave a guy, and if he comes chasing after you, it shows your importance in the world or something. But when he grows some stones, it's like, okay, fine, peace, knowing that he can easily find another beautiful girl that gets on his program, isn't emotionally erratic, it can submit, that can be a proper helpmate. Then you as a lady cannot handle it. Your ego's bruised, so you'll form buzzwords like incel, you'll call them gay, or you rationalize in your mind because you something else other than the fact that you could be an insufferable bitch.
Absolute giga chat.
She didn't expect
What a
that
giga
at
chat.
all.
Didn't even try and say that he wanted to change, that he wanted to whatever. I can be manipulated.
happened to like girl bossing and being like a strong woman? Whatever happened to that? I thought that women can't get manipulated and manipulation is bad. Yeah.
I will
This is why I need other fellow women who are a lot more sensible to smack upside the head these kind of girls. Because they're making the rest of y'all look bad.
listen to you. But you didn't even try.
The most interesting thing about this video is that she rejected him, but now she is mad because he didn't try or chase her. She just wants to play games and seems like he knew it. And this is why.
Someone in my chat said, if I wanted to play games, I have a PlayStation at home. and that really spoke to me.
He wasn't willing to entertain it. But if we try to
I'm Pat Hines, a professional assessor.
Sorry, yeah, kind of snacky. I like these little, I think these Australian licorice things. It's soft and chewy. It's better than any,
Risk is no way to go through the world. Take Bayer's two.
understand her reaction, we will realize that she just wants to have the feeling that she rejected him. It's all about validation.
Yes.
She wants to tell her friends that
insecure bitches.
he wanted her, but she rejected him.
Yeah.
But his response messed up her plans. He wasn't supposed to agree with it, because it implies that he also didn't like her, and this is something she is struggling to come to terms with. She shouldn't forget that no means no. Enough.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? I don't get it. If I was a dude, I'd want to rip my hair out. What do you mean? No means no, but no means yes, but also no means yes, and yes means no. And if it's yes, 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 and then no, 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 it means yes. And
that drives guys crazy because we're very logic-based. A lot of us are. Very few aren't. So that's why it doesn't compute with us guys when some women that we have to encounter that does these super contradictory things. It's like it's like collectively you girls gotta come to an agreement. They say like, if we say no but it really mean yes, then just say yes. Stop trying to have us guys try to read through the lines or the tea leaves. Is exhausting. We have better things to do than trying to figure you out. We don't have that time. Okay? We don't have the time or the energy. Just, like, it's already enough that we have to color your emotions when you feeling all over the place. But then we gotta like read through the lines and like interpret what you say. And just because we interpret it wrong, you get an attitude, then we're in the doghouse. Any guys have to deal with something like that, you tell them point blank period, look, I understand you feeling some type of way, I'm willing to help you, but I ain't gonna have time for your little attitude and you chew my head off. Like, tell me what you want. If you need something done, I'll get it done and like whatever. But if you're just being emotionally erratic, go to the other room, take a nap, grab a sandwich, whatever. But until you emotionally regulate yourself, I'm not your little emotional stress ball. Okay, figure it out. Okay, and then come back to me. Guys don't have time for that, especially if they got something going for themselves. We don't got that kind of time. We don't need to sit there and try to figure you out. That was already tough enough during high school. We don't need to do that in our adulthoods anymore. You're grown women. Figure out your emotions and know coming in what you expect the guy to do in terms of handling you when you get in a particular state. So that way when we do it, you don't want to sit there and bite our heads off when we do it. And then commit to it.
if it's no, no, yes, and then no at the end, it means it's no. Oh my god, you need to like have like a fucking science degree to figure this shit out.
The interesting thing about this clip is when she said the following.
I'm only looking for husband energy at the moment. I ended things with him.
If we listen to someone saying that they are looking for a husband's energy, we are most likely to assume that they mean a very caring, loving man.
No. And hot, and he needs a lot of money, and he needs rippling abs, and he needs to have a fat cock, and it needs...
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing they want to leave out because they don't want to appear shallow. We want men to like just approach us, you don't have confidence. No, you want the hot dude that you have in your mind to approach you with confidence and bring you flowers and all this other stuff. You leave that part out. They think they slick when they do that. What you want is the guy that you have in your mind that's already hot and got going something for himself to do all the husbandly things for you, to approach you without you doing nothing in return for that kind of guy. To warrant that kind of guy to commit to you and not just use you for your body and then cast you aside because you think you're that cool of a person. It's so unreasonable. That's why guys shouldn't deal with women like this. Right. That's why guys shouldn't deal with women like this, because they are not emotionally regulated, and they're not sensible and realistic in their worldview or where they stand in the world. The biggest indicator is they thinking that they're 10, or they calling everybody 10s, like just like a throwaway thing, because they want to make sure everybody feels good. Everybody, they can be a 10 in our eyes, instead of like, because have you seen on the whatever podcast, there are sensible women that can freely admit, without thinking like the herd, freely admit, like, yeah, I'm a 6 today, and they're not ashamed of it. They're realistic. Those are the kind of women that you should go after, guys, because they may be mid, but there's the fun kind of mid. They're the best kind of mid. They're the lovely mids. Those are the mids you will end up marrying anyway, because they won't sit there and you don't have to worry about them when you're stumbling financially. They're not planning their exit strategy. They're not looking to monkey branch at the first opportunity when they go out and they see like a businessman or celebrity, and they hop into their vehicle to go to their hotel and do whatever. They are not surrounded by enabling vulture women that convince them to do things that isn't conducive to a stable relationship. The mid girls, more often than not, are the ones that can freely admit that they're mid, mind you, are more often than not the kind of women that you want to be with long term, because they more than often are raised right with respectable men in their lives that they can look to for advice, and don't outwardly hate all men because one didn't do them or treat them properly. These type of women you need to stay away from.
Should be bigger than her forearm. Am I wrong? Yeah, that's the non-husband energy. Yep. Yeah, he needs to be a 10 out of 10, but she's, like a 6 out of 10 at best. Yeah, 6 pack, 6 inches, 6 feet, 6 figures. And he has to be a feral rabbit animal in bed.
Someone whom they can trust to build a family with. But this is not what she is looking for.
And that's why they have so many different types of, not boyfriends, but situationships. Because they're trying to build a bear with 5 different dudes that do 5 different things. If one lacks charisma, or he's not as funny, but he's got the great good finances, but the other guy, he is funny, doesn't have great finances, but he's funny. They got another guy who's intellectual, but he's not funny, and he has decent money, but not great money. And she's like, mess around with him. All these different aspects. They don't want trade-offs. They want the whole package. But unfortunately, they can't get it in one guy, because that'll be settling. Guys know better. We got a very short list of requirements, and any woman can achieve it. But if a girl just doesn't happen to be a good cook, we can easily let that slide. That's not an ick that will cause us to throw out the entire woman. That's like, fine, we'll order, I'll fix food, or order in. But she takes care of everything else that the guy needs, he can live with it. Most girls don't think that way. Or they wait too long to start thinking that way. And usually when they're 35 plus.
Because if that was the case, that guy would be picked. She started by saying that he is a good guy, so he should qualify for it. I think that most of them...
But he's too much of a good guy. That's another very inconspicuous trend. Someone also said on Russian YouTube, there's a lot of videos like this. I'm glad Western feminism and propaganda has spread to the East. And by glad, I mean I'm not glad at all. Просто долбоёбство. Очень-очень грустно слышать это, что это происходит в других странах. It means the propaganda's working.
Chasing the 6-foot Chad.
It was Russian all of a sudden? I guess she got some Russian origins or Ukrainian origins. Because she said that very fluently. Like freaking Black Widow over here.
But she will be sent to reality soon because most Chads rarely commit. Let's read some comments.
She was happy thinking she was binning him. But when he said similar, she was indignant. She needs to grow up.
Yep.
She didn't know that he also couldn't care less whether he stayed with her or not. I think she just got a reality check. What do you think?
Yep.
This is the most accurate so far. Her power was taken away and it's bothering her a lot. She wanted to have something to talk about with her friends, but now it vanished. Imagine how the conversation between her and...
Men are not allowed to have side chicks, but women are allowed to have side guys if they keep their distance and just are like, well, you know, if he's safe and he's not available anymore, then, you know, I guess I'll settle.
Ladies don't know what they want. That's why we had, you know, the fathers, you know, doing the whole diary thing, because we learn a multitude of different cultures, learn full well the nature of women, and know full well, okay, here's the guy who got raised by a good family. He's strong. He's a leader. He got all the qualifications that you will need in a husband. You might not love him at first, or you didn't have that little meet cute Hallmark rom-com crap, but you got what you need out of him, and that will help you in the long run. But it's like girls want this like Build-A-Bear fairy tale rom-com thing they see growing up on TV, and they hate the reality. That's why they like living in little delusions. They're obsessed with faking it till you're making it, or manifesting, all this other stuff. It's so dumb. Come up with these little cute little words rather than facing the reality that you have to settle for one guy. And you know, does he meet the necessary requirements that you will need in a long-term partner? The bare essentials. He may not be the hunkiest guy in the world, but he will love you. He will take care of you. If you need something, he'll run to the store and make sure you got it. But that's not good enough. And the way they treat like the supposed good guys, and it's like you want this good guy with an edge. It's not necessarily saying that it's not impossible, but it's kind of improbable in a way, because that's something is learned through trial by error. The guy's got to go through a few girls before he builds up that kind of strength or learns that quality. Most guys, you know, they're not like edgy. They're pretty decent guys that's trying to go to work, you know, and eke out a living. They ain't trying to like. It's weird. They want like this crazy amalgamation of this bad boy with a heart of gold. It's like, what?
For him, yeah, it's fine.
Her friends would be. She would be happy to tell her friends that she rejected him and he is still pursuing her, texting, calling, and sending flowers. But his reaction cut her plans short, and this is why she recorded this video.
Like, oh, rich hunky dude that can punish her in the bedroom and put her in her place and all this other stuff. It's not just a decent dude. But I guess it's too milquetoast for a lot of girls. It's very weird mindset of what they want. They want everything. That's the secret. Women want everything. Most women want everything. and they get upset when they have to settle at some point in their lives. They that's why they hate it when they get bored. That's why it drives them crazy when the pandery dudes out there. It's like, why don't you just like take her on a date and like do something spontaneous? Is fairly a good idea? I want to say fairly, because yeah, you know, every once in a while, guy take your girl out, you know, to have some fun every once in a while, but it shouldn't be a prerequisite. Okay. You already did that little song and dance early on when you were trying to court her. When the relationship solidified, he already took care of things on the front end of things. It's now time for the girl to try to make sure he maintained on the back end of things. Okay? You know, it's not the guy's job to make sure her emotional needs is always rocking her world in terms of emotions. It's like, no. That's your own job. If you need something to like fulfill that drama in your life that you're seemingly lacking, go to the movies. Okay? It's like, it's not the guy's job to try to maintain that stuff on a daily basis. Stability equates to boring sometimes. I'm sorry.
Let's check another one.
You don't know what you've got until you lose it, and then it's too late.
That's true.
It happens more often than we think. A lot of people take what they have for granted, but from the moment they lose it, it seems like they gain a new memory. They start seeing things that they have never seen before.
Because they're low IQ and they are not emotionally aware enough to understand that there's more to a person than, you know, having a massive pee-pee or big titties or a six-pack, or maybe they don't make enough money right this second, and maybe they have a future potential because they're low IQ and they don't have emotional IQ at all. Yeah, many such cases. Oh, you make $30,000 now, but it's gonna take you like 10 years to make $200,000. Ah, man, I gotta wait that fucking long. God damn it, man! I want instant gratification, and that goes back into like instant gratification loop of looking at Instagram and getting.
Yeah, and I see girls on dating apps or just out on podcasts or real world stuff talking about like, we're looking for a man with emotional intelligence. I make the claim that guys are way more emotionally intelligent than most of these ladies out here, because we know generally what is expected and what we want in terms of a partner. In general, we don't demand much, just the bare essentials. Can you be a proper helpmate? Can you be loyal? Are you cute enough? We don't need you to be a 10. Are you at least a 6.5? Are you willing to get on my program? Are you a headache? You're not gonna be a total bitch on randomly on me. Okay, you're not gonna be fly off the handle or compare your friend's life to our lives and sabotage the relationship. Do you like, can you maintain all that stuff? Oh, you can? Okay, then we can move forward. Things that those stuff any woman can do. It's not that hard. But most women ask for the impossible from guys almost all the time. Most of the stuff is completely out of the guy's capabilities, like how tall he is. He is as tall as he's gonna be. But most women are not satisfied. They want this golden ticket of a man, but not qualified to keep or have that particular man to commit to her, because a girl can come as she is and the guy has to be fine with it, but it doesn't work the other way around. He's a scum of the earth when he's asking for the girl to maintain her weight or be pleasant and loyal, not be a thought. Raise his kids. It's just certain things that he just cannot ask because that's misogynistic. That knowing who you want, knowing what you want, who you want, and who you want it from. That, I argue, is emotionally intelligent. He is, understanding what you want in a partner. Most of these girls do not understand. They can't really articulate, or even when they're wording it, is pretty much contradictory or all over the place. or even they say they want something, it's very PC version of it. They're never honest. You can almost never get like a direct, honest thing from a woman because they leave out certain things because they don't want to appear shallow. Because they don't want to, get pushed out of the sexual market just in case there are high value dudes watching. But we all are watching. And so we all see the stupidity that you're displaying.
Whatever the fuck you want, and then you turn 35 and your titties shag. You start playing fucking MMOs to try and meet younger guys, and then they realize that you're an old bag of shit, and your ovaries are drying up, and you're not an anime girl, and then they're like, fuck, I don't want to talk to you, and you're like, no, I need to get on SSRI.
Oh, and you tell me like, oh, I'm bored in a relationship. That's where I say to the guys, give your girl a hobby. Don't let her try to figure one out herself. Just give her a hobby. Preferably something that is tied to you, so she'll just have something to do. Because left to her own devices, she'll pick something stupid or get involved with something that will draw her away from your covering, or have her second guess your judgment or leadership or something or other. It's like, give her something easy, something that she can preoccupy herself with. Okay, I don't care. It's completely up to the guy's discretion. It's case by case. But if you know your girl, you know what kind of hobbies you can try to get her into, so she'll have something to do. The last thing you want is her to get bored, because then she'll just think it's perfectly okay, or have girlfriends that's perfectly okay to just abandon the entire relationship altogether, all for the sake of being bored, because she couldn't figure out a way to entertain herself. So, yeah, because that's, you think like finances or infidelity is the leading cause of a lot of divorce. I say boredom on the women's end, because guys can get bored and find something very simple to entertain themselves. If I'm bored, I got my video games. If I get bored, I can watch a movie. If I get bored, I can read a comic. If I get bored, I can go outside to like a local bar or hang out with some friends. If I get bored, I can go and talk on the phone with a friend or two. If I get bored, I can find something. When I was with a woman, I did not rely on her to try to entertain me. Okay, I figured something else out. She wasn't there as my dancing monkey, but too many girls out there treat or expect their guys to be their dancing monkey whenever they need some entertainment. It's very weird. Not to say that guys should not, do something fun with that girl, but if it's like a darn near consistent basis, when you're tired or you caught up with work or whatever the case may be, and she's bored, that's one of those things where guys need to figure out, make sure you have something for her to do. So you can't use that excuse of boredom to try to end a relationship.
No, I'm depressed. I waited until I'm 35 years old to find myself a man. When? You good? I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you for asking.
But in most cases, it's too late. The next comment is a bit confusing. I'm not sure if the person who wrote it was being sarcastic or was serious about it. Let's look at it.
He has given up too easily. She wanted him to take the hint, finally propose to her so she could say yes, but he
Alana's predicting your future? You fucking retard. I'm too self-aware. I am too self-aware. I will not fall down this hole. I will find a man that bullies me in chat, and then I'll marry him in 20 years. How about that? Yeah, after I'm done streaming.
Read her completely.
That's how it
or he
works,
got scared of the commitment and hightailed on her. Sad, really.
That's what happened to Shoe on Head. Did you know that she found her husband that was bullying her on Twitter? That's like an actual fucking fact.
Yeah, I heard of
100%, I'm not kidding.
I also agree with you, Michael. I don't think that this person was serious.
She didn't show any sign of a woman who was serious about having this guy pursuing her. She just wanted to have him chasing her.
Yes!
So she could reject him again, just to make
that gets your ovaries so hot.
herself
Rejecting
feel good.
men.
The text reads, When you stop talking to your guy's best friend out of respect of their relationship, wondering if I dodged a bullet or just lost the love of my life.
What?
She's not alone. This is what a lot of modern women do. They keep a nice guy in the friend zone as a backup plan, just in case they don't find anything better.
Yeah, but when men do it, it's kind of weird, apparently.
Guys, if there's a girl that you had interest in and she immediately friend zone you, don't stick around. Just move on. Don't ever call her back or give her any type of attention. Because she's only gonna be like complaining about other girls she's actually sexually interested in, that isn't giving her that type of boyfriend time, and only using her for her body, while she used that boyfriend energy that she needs from you, so she can have the best of both worlds. Nope. Unless you knew her from like from many years before, you probably confess some kind of feelings you have for her, but she denied you. Okay, then you can just maintain a friendship, but don't try to give too much of yourself for her, because you're not her man. She doesn't need that from you. Like, you're her friend, so like if something transpires that's not life-threatening, tell her, well, I'm not your boyfriend. Call up your dude that you're talking to. That's, hey, that's a fair thing to say. She might don't be like disrespectful about it, but just tell her point blank, like, hey, I'm not your dude, so like I don't feel obligated to do X, Y, and Z for you. And that's boyfriend stuff. Talk to the guy that you fooling around with. Get that from him. It's a fair thing to say. All that, because too many girls double dip. They got the guy they want sexually and the friend zone dude that can get like the boyfriend energy from, so she can have everything fulfilled. Guys got to come to the realization you got to deny her one or all of those things if she's not going to fully, put a priority towards you in both aspects, sexually and boyfriendly. She got to have both coming from you. If she's double dipping or triple dipping or quadruple dipping in other guys, she needs to be left to the curve. Because you got to stand on business. That's the only way, women like that will learn.
Really, huh? Yeah.
But at some point, those nice guys get themselves a girlfriend. And this...
she'll never one day figure out, and that's usually come from the simps or these pandery dudes. She'll never F you. I don't care how many niceties things you do for her. She will never just all of a sudden, oh my God, you're the one truly for me. It's not a rom-com. It'll never happen. I won't say it'll never happen. It is very rare. But you need to operate on probability, not possibility. And ironically, she'll start wanting you when you start working out a little bit more at the gym, or your finances increases, your status increases, or even more so, a bunch of chicks start like giving you all this kind of attention. Then that typically goes right to her head, and it's like, oh my God, I'm seeing you in a whole different light because all these other chicks are just like all over your jock. And it's like, yeah, now because other women want him, now this is very weird in the female mindset that, oh, other girls want him, now I want him. But I knew him longer, so I got my way in, and he should just, whatever. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. You should be ashamed of yourself because you had your chance with a guy like that when he wasn't up here. So it's like a lot of girls, many times, your ideal husband is typically the one that you friend zone. Don't live in regret knowing you could have had something and wait until like this guy made something or something, then come crawling to him. It's like, oh, I now see the light. No. And guys, mush that girl to the side if she ever do something like that to you. When you on the come up, it's like you just mush her to the side and keep it moving, because that is annoying for a guy that girls curving most of his life, but then now he's up here. Now it's like they're having this come to Jesus moment. Stop it. Matter of fact, you girls should be ashamed of yourself if you did that before.
Is when they start thinking whether it was a good idea to leave him in the friend zone. They know that those are good guys, but the idea of finding something better always tricks them, and they end up losing the opportunity to secure a good man. This video also raises another point, which is the fact that some women in relationships claim that they can have a male best friend.
What the fuck are you talking about? What? A male best friend? Okay, a male friend, sure, I can understand that. Male best friend? You are off your rocker.
And this shouldn't be a problem, but as we can see, the women in the clip had a male best friend.
Now, when I get in a relationship with a girl, I will be quick to not cut off, but definitely limit any access with any female friends I have. I will not talk with them as much. And women should have that. Most guys should have that mindset, but definitely women should have that kind of mindset too. Like when you get into a committed relationship with a guy, you should very much limit any type of access or whatever towards any male friends you might have. You shouldn't talk with them as much as you used to. You shouldn't hang out with them as much as you used to. The only time you probably should hang out with them is when it's like a group setting, when your guide is there. That's my opinion. And I think that's healthy for the relationship.
As a backup plan.
A luscious ribeye steak with a signature blend of herbs and
this is something that most men are not okay with.
Chad, don't ever become a woman's male best friend. That she's playing you so hard.
Most men wouldn't be happy to know that their partner has a plan B ready if things don't go well in their relationship. Let's check some comments.
My girlfriend has this guy friend that I'm a little weary about, but I'm not going to trip about it because I want to trust her. And if she cheats or something like that, I'm just going to leave without a word.
No, you should leave her now because she's going to do it and it would save you a lot of money and time and effort. Yeah, I know you're a dude and you're probably in your 20s and you think you've got a lot of time, but you could be 6 years into a relationship and be like, oh shit.
Because of the amount of pain I would be in. But for now, I'm going to trust her. I'm not.
And it's the same thing with women. That's what I'm. Okay, jokes aside, if you are a woman and there is a woman that has a best friend that is a guy, the same thing goes for. The same thing applies. There's no such thing. Sorry, you can't fight. You can't fight instinct. You can have a male friend, sure, maybe your neighbor or something. I don't know, sometimes you go out to drinks with them or something. But it's always in the undertone of fucking. They want to fuck you. They want to fuck you. Sorry.
I'm not going to let something that's in my head ruin my relationship.
I like his approach regarding his situation. He is doing his best to fight his instincts. To each their own. Do what works for you. Let's check another one.
But most of y'all are that male best friend waiting for her to become single. It takes two to tango, bro. This shit works both.
It's a tactic. That's why people do it. It's a tactic that works apparently a lot.
The male best friend, if he has any kind of respect, he will understand that, she has a committed relationship. I'm not going to talk to her as much. But there's always the sneaky efforts out there that won't hesitate to wait for the cracks to come in, to come swoop in, so she'll have a sympathetic crotch to cry on. And too many ladies out there looking at that as being insecure. No, that's knowing men. You don't view it the same way as guys do because you're not a guy. You're in a privileged position and think oh, it's all hunky-dory because he's a guy I knew him from a long time and I can handle myself. It's no. You should listen to your guy. This is one of those opportunities you have to show the guy that you are willing to follow his program. When he says you should not talk with that guy anymore, or you should limit like your time you spend with that guy, your male friend, then you should just just trust his leadership. Because we know guys, because we've been those guys, because we always hooked up with girls that like are in these supposed committed relationships, but because there was some little issue and you caught her on the right night, and all of a sudden you're folding her like laundry in your apartment. It happens all too often. Don't think like you're that special type of girl that the possibility won't be you. Guys, this is part of their role as protectors. We even have to protect you some guys that you might consider friends from sometimes, because they are waiting for the possibility for the relationship to crack so they can slip in and seize an opportunity. We know that to happen. And you girls should know that to happen, because you've probably seen or heard from other girls that have hooked up with guys that supposedly was just a friend, but you know full well through your little talking sessions that, oh girl, I talked with like Ben and we did a little something and we're supposed to be just friends, but I was mad with Jacob the other day because he like did X, Y, and Z, and I was just so fed up, and we had this big argument, and Ben was there to comfort me, and we was a little tipsy and blaming on the alcohol or blaming everything else but her own warped decisions, and one thing led to another, and like, oh my god, it's like I've never seen him in a different light, and like, Ben was like looking kind of, he was looking kind of good one night, and it's like it happens too often. Don't think guys are being just insecure just for the hell of it, like we just doing it just for the sake of doing it. It's like, we know this, okay? We know these things. And you should like at least heed what they're talking about. Heed their warnings and stuff.
I wouldn't recommend it though. It's such a fucking waste of time.
Both ways. That is also true. Those simps are the ones messing with this game.
Yeah!
Simps are partly to blame for this because they are willing to stay there for as long as it takes until they have an opportunity. But the interesting part of this is when women in a relationship want to keep a backup plan on the waiting list.
Yes.
The next comment is, most guys' worst fear when it comes to their partner's male best friend. Let's read it.
My ex-girl said that. I think I'll throw up before I'm with him. He's just my friend. I don't feel anything towards him. And now she has broken up with me and be with him.
I told you, man. I told you.
He definitely didn't expect that.
Sure he didn't. But sometimes it happens, and this is why most guys are not comfortable with it. We know that those male besties are just waiting for a slight gap to take advantage of the situation.
Yep.
You guys in a relationship?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Nah. Oh my god.
You guys in a relationship?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Look at that hand. He's like, you can literally tell the moment his like, you can tell exactly when his heart like.
It's like the whole Bart Simpson thing.
Right,
like,
right here. He's like, wait, what? Right here, when his arm moves up, he's like, oh shit, man, fuck.
Oh. Okay, well, you say yeah, you say no.
We are not in a relationship. No.
And the callousness, the viciousness behind it. The callousness, because can you imagine a guy like, she thinking one way, like, let's say the situation was flipped, and she was under the impression that they're in a relationship, but he's like, no, and she will be in tears. Her worldview will be shocked. She'll be calling her mom and like, oh my god, he's a terrible person and lost it, and it's like all this stuff, and like I bought him food for lunch at his job and all this other stuff. He'll be the laughing stock on the internet for a week or two. They'll be trying to protest him. Not sure if this is a college campus or something, but they'll be like protest. He can't walk a mile without some girl calling him out his name and throwing stuff at him because he's just very matter of fact about it. But girls can be just so cruel and it'd be socially okay. You know, double standards exist for a reason, people. And people don't talk about the female privilege all that much. Here is one example on full display that she can be as callous and rude as possible. Even if somebody approached her very normally in like a coffee shop or something, trying to ask for a number and introduce himself, she can be just as cruel. Because ladies, you know, us guys see this tons of times, and you probably won't like to admit it. Some of you won't like to admit it, but I'm pretty sure you've done it or you've seen it, where girls can be so rude, so callous, at a drop of a heart, and it'd be socially okay, and nobody calls them out on it. Definitely not their supposed girlfriends, because they don't want to be exited out of the little girlfriend group, or talked behind their back, or excluded from certain activities or group chats. So they'll go along to get along. Obviously not Alana here, because she won't give a fuck. And other sensible women like her. But there's too many girls like this who will just be so callous. But God forbid that is turned against her. She'll be in tears and all, the guy will be subjected to mockery. This is just like vicious. You didn't I'm not sure if you was misleading the guy, or you could at the very least just lie to the interviewer and tell this dude, you know, when the cameras are not on y'all, what's really happening. You could not care less of embarrassing this guy in front of the camera. Because it's all about you. Because, you know, there's a lot of girls with this mindset of, I'm my own world and I can't see other people's feelings outside. It's very much like whole math or psychomath, little illustrations. Too many girls are on this lower tier level of thinking that it takes them a long time or something extreme to push them higher levels to assess there's other people outside of your own world that has actual feelings and perceptions and viewpoints that you have to consider. She's a very low tier thinking type of chick. You can just tell.
Tries to fucking play it up. I feel bad for this guy, man. I genuinely do. What the fuck?
Okay, I guess we're not.
I guess we're not.
Hand off your taxes to an expert.
Walked away right there. I was like, okay, fine. Peace out. You know, never talk to it again. Ghost her. Never return the phone calls. None of that stuff. He should just dip. You don't have to say nothing anymore after that.
Here.
No.
Dude, what? Chat. What the fuck? I want to fucking punch a wall.
Perfect communication. He's actually just an acquaintance. I only recently met him 2 weeks ago.
You can see the exact moment.
He's actually just an acquaintance. I only recently
Why you gotta put this poor dude
My
on
guy,
blast?
please.
I think on that Rocky gif with Apollo Creed when he was dying in the ring and his coach is like, throw the damn towel! It's that moment. Throw the damn towel!
Run. This, don't walk. No, don't do, no. Tell my chances, do start walking. No, start running.
Met him 2 weeks ago.
It was love at first sight, but she's shy. She needs time.
Oh my god. No, please stop. No.
I'm to build into it. That's what I think.
No.
He's very young and naive. But this guy, he'll learn. A lot of us have to learn through the hard way, through trial and error, before we kind of have some sense. But, you know, this guy should just, any other dude will probably just walk away. It's like, okay, peace, bitch, move.
Oh, run, please. If a guy did this to me, I would literally spit in his face and walk away. I'd be like, you fucking rat, what do you fucking mean? What do you mean we're not a thing? If a man did this to me in an interview, I would quite literally have to stop myself from fucking smacking him across the face. Nah.
No, I don't.
Why does the friend zone exist?
For losers who are meant to be there.
Hey, would
This has got to be fake.
you say he's in the friend zone?
Yes.
It's so blatant and just like, I mean, I always ask myself if there was like a thing where people are forced to be honest with everything, I think the world will collapse, because most people cannot handle real honesty. There has to be some level of deceit in the world in order to keep everything running, because you cannot just tell your honest opinion about everything. There has to be some level of lying. Like, I'm pretty sure most parents actually have a favorite child, but they tell like a good, like, even though they can probably picture one in their head, they will never be fully honest, because they know that is just a devastating thing to say, let alone to your own kid to their face. Like, yeah, I have 4 kids, and the third one is actually my personal favorite. That'd be very, like, horrendous to say to your children, just let alone just out loud blatantly. But that would be honest. There's, like, the world will collapse if we're this freaking honest. She could at least, like, feign interest for the few minutes you have in front of the camera, just for the other guy's sake and image and dignity. But she got a low level of thinking, so she doesn't give a crap. And the world will excuse it, or society will excuse it on some degree.
I do have a boyfriend.
Oh, you do?
No, shut up. No, this has got to be fake. They're 2 actors. This guy's the best actor on the planet, and she's playing the role of being an asshole woman. Nah, it's got to be fake. Rage bait Shirley, right? That's what I'm saying. She's doing a really good job of playing the asshole.
You have a
Yes,
boyfriend.
not him.
Just because there's a
Nah.
goalie doesn't mean you can't score.
Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. I'm sorry I'm pausing so much. My heart physically is in pain.
I don't even know where to start
I'm
from.
gonna pass out.
I don't know if it is better to start from the fact that this guy should do his best to increase his self-esteem, or from the fact that she is in a relationship but is still entertaining a guy who she knows wants more than just be a friend. Guys, this is a clear example of what not to do. There are too many people in this world. Do not waste your time and resources entertaining a person who is not on the same page as you are. What is the point in trying to convince someone to be with you? If she doesn't want you, move on.
You are in the peak physical prime between the ages of 20 to 35 as a man. Women start falling off when they hit around about 30, okay? Come on, grab her, fucking grab yourself by the dick and just move on.
I am sure you will find another person who will. So the longer you stay waiting on a woman with low or no interest, the shorter is the time you're going to spend with the person you meant to be with.
She almost said grab her pussy. I thought about it and then I realized what I was saying. Okay, I didn't actually say it.
Think about that.
I didn't say it!
Based on their interaction, I can say that she is playing the game the right way. He is where he should be on her list. He is there to boost her ego and maybe for other support as well. And I believe that you guys can do better this waiting game, isn't it? Give your time and resources to women who love you, the women who appreciate you. But we can't also ignore that she is a woman in a relationship who is building her list of friend zones. Let's read some comments.
I just can't with this video. Just
Why some men have so low self-esteem?
Because they've been told they're harassers. They can't flirt with women. That no means no, but also no means yes, and yes means yes, but not when they say no before that. And then if they say no 3 times, and then they say yes.
And it's never simple. Women collectively come to an agreement about what exactly how guys how guys should approach them, and how, like, this is a like pretend like I'm Sally, like I'm the leader of the female group of America. And it's like, okay, ladies, we're confusing the heck out of a lot of guys. So how do we want them to approach us? do we really want them to be nice, or do you want them to be a-holes so that we can be attracted to? No, we like them to be nice to us. Okay, we'll come to collectively agree. Like, if a guy is approaching in a very nice way, we will behave accordingly. Like, do we say yes when we mean no, or do we want to maintain yes meaning yes? If we want yes, we mean yes. Okay, we're gonna collectively agree that when we tell a guy yes, we're gonna commit to it. And stop playing coy about it. We're not being, cute when we mismessage every little thing. And if it's that simple about it, guys can know how to approach you and be a lot more comfortable. Like, oh, she says yes, okay, we're down the clown. If she says no, okay, I'll back up. There's no confusion. And you always leaving it up to the guys to try to figure it out, and we have to go through tons of trial and error through a series of bad dates that is wasting time and money, to be frank, because the onus is on us to be the ones primarily taking care of the bills, which is all fine and dandy if the relationship isn't steeped in just finessing or just lies. That the girls is coming in on good faith and not entertaining multiple dudes on the side. Like, guys often are coming in on good faith that we're dating intentionally. Even if it doesn't go nowhere, we want to make sure the woman on the other end of things are, doing their part in making sure that she is even keeled mentally and emotionally. When she says no, it means no, and when she says yes, it means yes. Stop, getting upset when a guy can't figure out her mind, or try to understand her emotions, because y'all got too many emotions. Stop leaving it up to the guys to try to figure it out. It's a headache. It's annoying. Y'all barely like doing it.
It's bad, and then if it's no, yes, no, then it means no, but it also means yes, depending on if the woman wants it or not. It's, yeah.
That is a good question, and this is our reality. A lot of men
Women are queens. They can do no wrong.
Nowadays have low self-esteem, and this is what creates simps. They are willing to do whatever they can to be close to the women they like, and they have no problem playing the waiting game. What do you think, Michael?
You said it all. And this is why it's important when a man knows his worth. It places him in a position where he can see the game coming from far, and he will be able to remove himself every time it happens. Let's read the next one.
You said it, brother.
He is playing the long game, and she's...
I need to start making an AI of myself that
That's why, those dating podcasts or even red pill podcasts are, trying to give these guys, these young, naive guys, some game, and they get so much hate for it, because it's putting the guy in a position of leadership, knowledge, and give them proper self-esteem so they won't be finessed by girls who take advantage of those guys, because that decreases their simp count. So now if all those guys are starting to move accordingly and standing on business, they lose this whole power trip they on, or the power dynamic. It's like, they have to be the ones to come correct now, and they don't like the idea. It's like, like, you want guys to be proper men, you want them to be leaders, you want them to be competent. Well, they need things like certain these podcasts, like the Whatever Podcast or the Daily Wrap-Up Crew, or like the Jebediah Bila, like, podcasts like that are trying to give guys game so they can move with more wisdom. Not to treat girls like crap, but move with wisdom so they can properly assess what kind of women they are dealing with and know where to put that energy, and know who to put that energy towards and not towards. Because once they figure out, like, the female playbook, these girls will go on these little Twitter rants like, oh my God, it's so man-hating and blah, blah, blah. No, you don't like it because your feet is being held to the fire and you're being told about yourself, and it makes you look ugly on the inside, and then loses your chance and opportunity to get something out of guys who might have resources that see this kind of thing as like, oh, you behave in this kind of way, red flag, not going to entertain you. So that's why they get so much hate, because that playbook's being revealed and they don't like it. They're losing any kind of power that they have in this dating market.
Bonds to me, that would be so good.
Using the benefits of him. I think that she is better than him at this game. What do you think?
Yes, absolutely.
I have to agree that she is clever. She is the one getting the best out of this situation, while he is just there thinking and hoping that maybe one day she put her guard down and give him an opportunity.
Chat, you are a Giga Chat. Don't waste your time on these fucking hoes.
But this is not what happens in most cases.
Nah.
Let's check the last one.
She has a man, but she's hanging out with him?
Yeah, no dude who's in a relationship with a girl would, like, I want to say not allow, but if the guy's under the impression that he's together with her, she's doing something nefarious to both of those guys. But a guy should be setting on business and making sure it's known that she's in a committed relationship with him. If this guy's, in her point of view, is supposed to be just a friend, then all friends, both men and women, should know who she's locked down with. It should be clear as day on her little social media or amongst her little friends that she's in a committed relationship. I know plenty of girls that I'm friends with, and I know they're in a committed relationship, so I'm not under this misunderstanding on where we are in terms of the relationship. Friends, no boundaries going to be crossed. I can hang out with her, no boundaries going to be crossed. I'm limiting my time of talking with her. There's no boundaries going to be crossed. I'm not calling no stupid weird hours because there's no boundaries going to be crossed. I'm respecting her relationship with her guy. That's how rational dudes should behave. But this is more so, I guess, maturity. But also, you surround yourself with wise men who are respectable and can help you elevate. But when you see girls moving like this, stay as far away from them as possible. Don't listen to any of their lies, because they'll string you along just for whatever resource they can try to extract from you, no matter how minor it is. You may not be the richest person in the world, but they're extracting your boyfriend energy, the masculinity that you're just by being present, that you're bestowing free labor. Something's too tough for you, or something needs to be open. She's expecting you to do it. She has a stressful day. She expects you to be her emotional outlet. Just random stuff that you expect her man to be the one contributing. If he's not there, you're not obligated to do half the stuff. I mean, of course, if y'all out and about and somebody try to assault her or something like that, of course you step up and deal with that. That's just more so not when somebody hurt. But beyond something like that, she got a man. You're not obligated to do so. She's not, ready to date you and want to actually, on good faith, trying to get with you. You're not obligated to do anything for her beyond just on a human level that you would do with any man.
If you're hanging out with a dude, it has to be with your man.
Absolutely, yes.
It has to be. There has to be. There are certain circumstances that permit you, mashallah, to be with another man if you have a man. For example, a plumber. No, I'm kidding. But what I'm trying to say is there's a rule. There's the rule of thumb, man.
That is a good question. But I think that this is part of the game.
She's not respecting her own dominant relationship. She's trying to increase that male group so she can have a backup plan. Do not be her backup plan. If she has a man, limit your access to her. If something goes wrong, she can't easily fall back into a penis. She has to get the start from scratch, just like any man will have to start from scratch with a woman if something, if the relationship falls apart. There's no backup. She's trying to double dip. There's too many girls double dipping, or triple dipping, or quadruple dipping. Because if something transpires, she has to figure it out. Because they always got some kind of escape route.
Because the idea is to give the friend zone guy enough so he can stick around while she gets the benefits of their friendship. But she also should consider her partner's feeling when...
If you're committed to me, like, if she is supposed to be on your program, she should not hesitate to limit or cut loose any dudes that he sees fit. Because, like, she got to be all in it with that man. That shows full trust and respect to the guy's leadership. It should be like that. But if she is, trying to negotiate, or she's wrestling the wheel away from the guy, that should be clear sign. Okay, we're not doing this. Move on. Get out of my house. Get out of my sight. It's like, what are you talking about? Because if you can't, like, cut off your friends. Yeah, exactly. You're not getting no backup plan. There's no escape route for you. I don't care how long you knew that guy. You're in it with me, limit your access with him. Point blank, period. That's it. I don't care how controlling it might look. That's that guy's discretion. He's the leader of that relationship. What he says goes. We all, as a society, to respect each guy's point of view. As long as he's not doing anything atrocious like beating on the girl or doing anything monstrous like that. As long as it's not like that, it's not any of our business how he chooses to run that relationship. He's the leader. Respect that.
Building her plan B list.
Yeah, plan B.
This is all for today's video. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe.
Oh, God.
Being the leader means you have to have some control. It's that simple.
Friend zone night? Chad, don't get friend zone, please, for love of God. I've seen it happen to girls too. I'm just saying it happens more frequently with boys because women are the pickers. There are women that I've seen it happen to online and offline where they get led on by a man. But most of the time it is a man getting led on by a woman.
Yeah, at least, the ladies have the benefit of going to their fathers or father figures to use some discernment to check and see if the guy is on the up and up before any full commitment is followed through. And guys, we have to rely on our own little discernment. Hopefully we have wise male counsel surrounding us to help us figure out if this girl is like isn't on the up and up, in case we're blinded on some degree. But more often than not, we tend to get booty blind by a pretty girl, and that's usually the young naive boys who don't know any better. And that's who a lot of girls like to, especially older women, like to sink their teeth into because they want to be able to run the relationship how they want to see fit. They don't want to have to answer to a guy. But these young dudes need wise mentors desperately. Male mentors usually. Anyway, that was another SmugAlana video. Leave a comment below and let me know what you guys think about the whole friend zoning thing, and I will see you guys next time for more videos like this, as well as getting back to more Resident Evil Requiem. Stay tuned for that, and I'll see you all soon. Peace.